Anton the only one you had?
Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to start at 8:15.
Oh, Charlie. I thought Charlie had a good game, too. Oh, yeah. As I always do, I give honor to God, and who's first in my life. Secondly, let me just say that if you want me to characterize that game, that was an ugly game. It was really an ugly game. But, you know, when you can win in an ugly game, that means you're doing something. Oftentimes you can play poorly and not win. And so I thought our guys, when I say play poorly, we did not play poorly today. We held them to 40% the second half. We out-rebounded them by 8 the second half. We did everything it takes to have a great outing when you look at a game. The only thing we didn't do was down the stretch. What we talk about now as a team now is called winning time. We didn't shoot free throws well down the stretch. And but we'll correct that. We got to keep working at it and get better at it. It's an epidemic right now across the nation, free throw shooting, and we got to break that thing. Let me just congratulate Anton and Charlie. Both got past the 1,000-point mark, which was very, very good. That shows what this program's about and what they've been doing. And that's all I got to say.
Question for Anton.
Anton, was there any fear this being a danger game after coming off that big win over Green Bay? You have a game on Saturday against Wright State. Youngstown State's toward the bottom of the league. Was there any concern that you'd come out the way you would come out tonight?
There was a little bit. I had text Trey and Charlie when I was in my class earlier today, and I had told them that we got to go and shoot around with the same mindset that we came with Green Bay, because we have some younger guys who might look at this game and think that we're just going to step on the floor and just win it. So I got at those guys, and then we all approached shoot around with a serious championship mindset to get us all going.
I want to ask you about the record. You were aware coming into tonight that you were on the verge of breaking the 1,000-point mark?
Yes, I follow Greg on Twitter.
So when you were a freshman, did you set any type of goal for yourself that in tonight that you call yourself reaching it?
Well, I actually calculated the games that I had played my sophomore year when I got injured. So I look at this as I broke it my junior year, still because I played 7 games that year. And we got 8 games left, so I got to in my junior year.
You have 7 league games left, and obviously they're all
7.
at this-
What's our record right now?
8 and 2.
Six.
6.
I'm really in trouble with that.
Yeah, you're struggling a little bit.
I'm struggling with that. 6 left. They're all really, really important. But obviously tonight's was the most important. I asked Coach earlier this week if he thought this was a potential trap game. You just alluded to that about maintaining intensity. I mean, it certainly was there to start the game. You guys got out fast. What happened during the course of the game that you sort of plateaued a little bit?
Well, because we started off really strong, and I think we got a little, let's just say, in cruise control, and thought the game was just going to keep going that way in our favor, and we kind of let off the gas pedal. So they made a little run, and then we had to step back into gear and then finish the game on. We didn't finish it how we liked it, but it's a win.
Did it feel on the floor, Coach said first remark that it was a bit of an unsightly game? Did it?
Well, it was so much stoppage in the game. I mean,
There was no stoppage in that first half.
Not the first 8 minutes.
Well, that first
You guys went right through 2 minutes.
well, that first 8 minutes, we were exhausted, and we never get exhausted because we're in great shape, and our guys were exhausted.
Nobody was in the bonus the first half.
Nobody, the whole first off.
Fouls were like 5 to 2 the first half.
Did it feel a little bit like it was a unsightly, ugly, whatever word?
Yeah, it was to start the game off. It was just like miss shot or make shot, and then we got to run back on this side. Look up at the clock. It's 15 minutes. Where the media at? And you look at the ref like, call a foul.
And you know, it's funny because he's exactly right, because I had 2 guys at the bench, and I didn't want to use a timeout to call it at that time because I knew they were tired, the opposition. So I'm hesitating, and I looked at the fish. I said, "Why don't you do something? Call a foul finally."
Come follow my guy.
In like the first 8 minutes, then most of them coming from down low. So is that part of the rationale? You were trying to make sure that you got the call.
Well, we was trying to see how they was going to play because last game at their place they doubled me real hard on the catch. So we was seeing how they was going to play me. Then they started off man to man, so that freed me up to go 1-on-1 against their defender.
Any other questions for Anton?
Congratulations, Anton.
Thank you.
We were sitting here, I hate to say this, but with your wife and Eugene and me, we're all sitting here parsing out the rest of that season, trying to figure out how it's gonna fall, and
What season?
This season.
this season.
Oh, well, I'm thinking one game at a time.
Well, no, but you also said that you thought, now, you've been really good at this in recent years. You said a couple weeks ago that 3 was the number.
3 still is the number. I still believe that.
Can you hit it?
I mean, we have the ability to hit it. So now we just got to, and it's based on schedule, and we got a good schedule down the stretch. But you're gonna have to win on the road. That's gonna be the key factor.
Andre and Marlon being on the floor tonight, what kind of a boost does that give you guys going forward?
Well, that really gave us a boost tonight because they both came in and contributed. And when you get that, that means your bench has lifted you up. Understand, this is the first time I've looked at our stat sheet and the bench score is 17-0. I mean, that never happens before. So, and I may think that through a little bit because, we got some bench help finally.
Any other questions?
This is a nice group here today.
Well, one of the things that I saw in the first half was you moving the ball really fluently across the court. Is that one of the things that you emphasized in practice this past week?
Well, not just this past week. This is who we are. We want to move the ball and keep getting, and then look inside. Because if we can find the right people inside, it will cause the defense to collapse, and now we can get open shots from the outside. So, I thought we did a good job of that. One person that really helps in that area is Vinny Zolo. He moves the ball and he can flash middle and do those kind of things. That really helps us.
Anything else, guys? Thanks a lot. Safe travels home.
Take care.
You're going anywhere, right?
No, we're here. We get another day at home.
All right.
Yeah, the rest of the schedule is not like that, but we get a game at home here.